Pessoal, acompanhando do lado da eliminatória semifinal, Wes, representante brasileiro, versus Ekno. É isso aí. E seguinte, pessoal, pra você que é criador de conteúdo de Brawlhalla, eu criei uma org na qual vocês podem estar entrando, beleza? É só se inscrever lá no nosso servidor do Discord. Vai no link do comentário fixado aí, dá uma olhadinha. Você pode avisar o seu amigo caso seus amigos criem conteúdo de Brawlhalla. Se você gostaria de ter uma aula de Brawlhalla, é só você se tornar membro do nível aluno Links, beleza? É nóis.
Trying to keep Wes off of him, but Wes is finding his way in. So much damage coming out from him as well. Getting that. No swap back over to the Gauntlets. I thought he potentially might do that to juggle the weapons. Akno over on the edge. He's going to play it very carefully, getting over around Wes. Wes, I think, was fine with that, so he could throw out that side signature. Very scary over there on the edge. Nice. The neutral signature from Akno could spike if it makes a hit, but Wes gets the spike down and the first stock.
Yeah, got a little scary there as Wes was sweat beating as he dodged up. Neutral sig will hit.
Imagine he gets the KO there. There's the down air, and he does it. Holy moly, he takes it just like that.
Wes up in a huge way, sitting on 3 stocks to the 1 of Akno, and he is incredibly healthy on this stock.
Dude, Wes did the same thing against Kaina. You absolutely need to expect that if it's coming, if you're playing up against Wes, because he did it against Kaina. There's the recovery for the KO from Akno, but he's a full stock behind.
He's going to deny that 3 stock. He does have the bow. This has been that weapon that's been sneaking out stocks against his opponents. Wes finally picks up a pair of boots, but you see him disengage. He knows that threat of that down sig is there.
Nice cross up. Akno thought he could change things up by going back towards the center of the stage, but Wes was ready for it. He's staying way far away from the corner.
Yeah, Wes is definitely playing around the threat of that down signature. You see the way that he kind of jumps in and then immediately backs away, expecting Akno to throw out that down sig. He's trying to bait it so that he can go in.
And even when Akno moves right up on the corner, you see Wes back up further over towards center stage, almost kind of looking like Hughes in that moment because he doesn't want to get caught by that down signature. He's seen the Akno sets this tournament. He knows what he's going for. There's the side light.
Nice.
Goes for the side signature, covering at the same level that the side light does. There's the side air. Weapon toss goes down. No, it doesn't come out from Wes. Trying to get the turnaround. There's the D-Sig. He should have the movement to get up unless he gets hit by this something, and that something is the D-Light into the ground pound coming out from Akno, evening it up in terms of stocks. Everybody now on last.
Yeah, Wes started off with 3 stocks and a healthy 3 stocks, but Akno managing to bring this one back. He's getting those stocks pretty quick against Wes.
The neutral air, potential juggles coming through. There's the side light, turnaround. You're seeing him chase dodge after these side lights as well, but he doesn't immediately commit to a move right after that. He wants to see so he can react rather than read what Wes is doing.
Wes going to approach with that weapon toss. Likely wants to swap over to
Nice
Gauntlets.
3-piece.
Akno going to deny that option. Once again, sticking on the bow, but Wes sitting back once again. Has to respect that down signature.
Dude, amazing comeback so far from Akno, even if he loses this game. Like, he's brought it almost completely even between these 2 players. Wes grabs the gauntlets. No D-Light over the corner again. He's staying back. He's on the border between the first third of the stage and the middle third of the stage.
Ooh, Akno. He is able to come up, hits the side signature.
Dude, that has a dub. I'm telling you, man, that side signature is so devious. I feel like a lot of Brawlhalla players have forgotten how devious the Diana side signature is. How it can like grab behind you. You think you've dodged through it, but you still get picked up behind, and how important the backside of that signature is.
And I'm surprised Wes wanting to go back to this map. Figured he might want something a little bit bigger, but won't matter as right now we're back into game number 2. Wes started off so good in the last one, and Akno basically reverse 3'd.
You're seeing a lot more aerial gameplay coming out from Wes. Akno mostly staying glued to the ground. It feels like all the starters that he wants to go with are grounded moves rather than trying to find for the juggles unless Wes is flying really high. Almost enough. Does send very far off screen. Backing up again on that border.
You see him jump as Akno gets a little bit closer. Both whipping. It's going to be the down sig. Bounces him and gets the KO.
So Wes's like game plan here seems to be like, we need to minimize the shenanigans that Akno can go for, because even in the quote-unquote more serious games that Akno can that Akno's been playing in this tournament, there's still definitely shenanigan heavy. Like Diana's definitely a shenanigans character.
Whoa!
He doesn't want to get caught by that. He was staying basically stacked as well, so he's staying too close for that GCD sig to hit on the blasters. If we were talking about bow, I don't think Wes would have pushed that hard, but because he knew that Akno had the blasters, everything was different.
Yeah, he has to move a lot more vertically vertically. You saw Wes go to the outside, maybe baiting for that down light, but instead just hits him with a ground pound as Acno was coming back up onto the stage. Once again, Wes with 3 stocks to the 1 of Acno, but we saw how that last game went.
We haven't seen too many of the D6 coming out from the bow. We just saw a GC D6, and you saw how far away Wes was from it. So Acno, like, he's having to refine all of this. He can't just go for it. Even that, Wes is able to get away from. It felt like it was lightning quick, but Wes was ready.
Still touches.
Nice.
Down there, not quite enough. One more option, but Wes doesn't have the movement.
Still up. A full stock here onto Acno. Wes is going to be looking for the next weapon spawn. It goes right on top of his head. Goes for the neutral signature there. Doesn't find a connection. The juggle game potentially coming out from Acno.
Side light, immediate recovery. Wes going to get that one. He's going to tie things up. And he's playing around it, like you said, forcing Acno to try to change up what he's doing or at least bring out the goofiness in different ways.
And this is the mental game that Markimu was unsuccessful at ultimately, and why he lost the set against Acno is because he tried to continue playing the same game against Acno. Meanwhile, Wes is refining, he's adapting, he's learning how to play against this, and he's doing a fantastic job of it.
High in the sky, recovery not quite enough, despite going for it, despite being off screen, not quite enough damage onto Acno for that to KO. Just outspaced on that neutral line. Acno, once again, floating over Wes, but he comes down with that side air. Down light into the neutral air. Wes gets disarmed.
Oh, great pickup there from Acno. Again, he's been playing mostly bow here, but he swaps over to the blasters just so he can deny the weapon. Now the next weapon spawn comes in, back over to the bow as quickly as he can. Wes snakes away the gauntlets there. Stays high enough so he doesn't get caught by the downlight right after the side light.
See Wes trying to play that edge guard. He was trying to go horizontal against Acno, but Acno managed to get above him in time. Wes back onto the stage. Acno right in his face, but nobody throws out a button.
Yeah, Acno actually spending a lot of time like in dead center of the stage, so he's not trying to catch the goofy down signature right on the corner. He's not just retreating over the corner, he's trying to hold that center stage so he can hold that over Wes as he moves back in, juggling the weapons. Acno with a nice lead.
And that makes it so much scarier because when Acno decides to start throwing out those down signatures, Wes is likely going to be less prepared because he's just expecting Acno to try to play that center game.
D-light, N-light, then recovery right after that does not hit, but still hits the two-piece. Wes, again, playing back from that wall. The fadeaway side air.
Jumps over. Once again, Acno sitting on that wall. Wes backing away and saw the dodge. Recovery's not going to do it. Over to
He's
the gauntlets.
still looking for it. You saw him immediately go for that recovery on gauntlet pickup as well, hoping to get KO off the top. He hasn't been able to do it yet. The in-light from the middle of the stage. He wished he hit that on the edge, but he didn't.
Can't hit the side air. He is sweating. Comes back down onto the soft platform. Acno again over to the wall. He knows Wes has to come to a halt whenever Acno goes to that wall.
Wes doesn't even put out a gauntlet D-light or anything. He goes in with the in-light. I can't believe you can pick up the D-Sig that far away from the corner and still not have it bounce off the main stage.
He has enough horizontal at the start that I guess it's going to go over that corner. Wes going to be real nervous about that. Still hasn't gotten this stock off of Acno. Acno just chipping away. Those neutral airs will eventually do it for him.
Every time Wes, okay, there's the ground pound, but every time Wes was going onto that soft platform, that was still engaging in the vertical gameplay that Acno was looking for, so he could continue to juggle with the nairs. We're at that 45-degree angle. You know that bow recovery's coming out. There's the blasters. Nice falling side air. Gets the KO. Back to his full stock lead. Charging up that toss, now picking up the bow.
Acno feeling very healthy right now. Like you said, sitting on that bow. The weapon spawn is at the bottom. Wes immediately fast falls towards it. Side light, no dodge from Acno. Once again, Wes not going to push further.
Wes needs something big, and he needs it quick, because every single trade, hit-for-hit trade that he goes for with Acno, like his stock is dwindling and dwindling, falling away hit by hit. There's the in-light. The neutral air misses, but then he gets the recovery after. There's 3 hits, 4 hits, completely unanswered. Wes needs something huge. He needs a gip, he needs a string, he needs something massive. He needs all of the above if he has any hope of going up 2-1 against Acno, or else this game is going to slip away from him. Look how grounded Acno is playing right now, but the second he goes for the neutral air, he does get punished by Wes.
Wes does get some good hits in, throws out that down signature, ground pound, gets him that touch, and it bounces above, but the down air Gonna spike him, weapon toss, and that should do it. No, Wes! Okay, the down air. Akno goes up 2-1.
I didn't know so much range with the down air. If he's above him, you're going to see the falling neutral air. He can even hit above you as well. One thing we haven't seen too much of is, I was going to say, the blaster's side air. As that's coming out now, we see it from time to time, but it's pretty rare compared to someone like Balloon Boy, who's going to rely more on those blasters. Let's see if Akno has a blasters game here, at least the way it's starting.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at that last one, had the blasters for 6% of the time, 43 damage dealt with his blasters. Definitely a noticeable difference here in game number 4, but right now, Wes needs this edge guard, doesn't hit the weapon toss. Akno goes wide, down like ground pound. Wes gonna get the first stock.
I love you see a big variation from Akno on that recovery. Like, you see him kind of fade to the left so he can get under the stage in case like a weapon toss comes down or anything like that. But then you see him move all the way to the right, really deep in that push-off column. But Wes was ready for that one as well. He had the movement to get over there in time, which is why you saw him close out that stock with the D-Light into the ground pound. Can he get the juggle going? There's the side air from Akno. Instant backup. You see a major backup, then a wait, then a major backup, then a wait.
I mean, Akno does have the longer distance grounded approach. Weapon toss not going to hit. Wes, ooh, a little awkward there as he did not hit his head on the first touch.
Yeah, his super low recovery gave Akno plenty of time. Okay. I was expecting the dare to come out, but no, he went in with the ground pound. Unfortunately for Wes, that ended up missing. He still holds the lead here. Even going in with the unarmed side heavy, he gets punished after that, whiffing wildly, and out came the down air from Akno to get the KO. Evening this up, but he's still about 45 to 50 damage behind.
Yeah, I mean, that was solid recognition from Wes on his boots. Knew that Akno still had the dodge, so he tried to just go for a big read there with that ground pound. It was like, if Akno moves wrong, now even stocks.
Sider setting up the edge guard. The ground pound lands on the stage. I don't know if Wes wanted that or if he wanted to ride it down right along that wall. You know how steerable it is on the gauntlets. Recovering up, hoping to go high. The signatures, man, they're really starting to miss, and Akno's ready for almost every single one of them. The desync comes out. Wes does get the punish. The weapon toss hits as Akno goes high as well, but the landing side air gets him down. There's the D-Light into the recovery. Not enough to KO on Fortress.
Wes staying high in the air. You saw that recovery to keep him above. Tried to delay his touch back down to the ground. Hits him with that recovery. He's got the weapon advantage. He's got the corner advantage, but he goes off stage trying to hit Akno with the down air.
Back over to the blasters. We are even at this point. Akno going really high, shutting down that attempted approach with the downer. The weapon toss gets the dodge. The weapon toss does not get Akno's dodge.
Akno still without a weapon. Side air is going to do it from center stage. Wes, can he get himself an advantage? Can he force the game 5?
If you're a Wes fan out there, you're hoping he can hold on to this as long as possible. The weapon toss did come out. It did make a connection with Akno, but he was also able to snake away the bow spawn. We are so even here, Duke. Everybody is fresh on their final stock here in game 4. The victory here determines whether Akno finishes with a 3-1 or whether we're going to a game 5 here.
Wes trying to get in, dashes onto Akno, trying to catch him with that mix-up, but Akno goes high. Sidelight. This time Akno's going to dodge down. Wes not able to keep the pressure going, though.
After that dodge down, he did jump up on the wall pretty quickly after that. He didn't spend too much time camping over there. If you contrast that to the way he played like most of this set before, he was not recovering back to the main stage that quickly, at least on the top side of it compared to the wall.
Wes, while sweating, still tries to go for that turnaround. Hits that side air. Great read there. Jumps over the downlight approach from Akno. He's got a good damage build here, but it all comes down to that KO.
There's the weapon toss potential open up. Akno goes off stage.
Ooh.
It was a signature back onto the stage from Wes. You saw the GC coming from Akno. He can probably do it if he hits that and it doesn't bounce off the main stage at this point. There's so much damage on the Wes.
He's backing away.
Oh,
Akno
this is going to slow down, Duke.
Doesn't want to risk getting caught by that down signature. Wes giving a lot of breathing room here. Wants Akno to come more towards the center. He hits him with the recovery. Still not enough. Denying weapons now as Akno is currently unarmed. He's sitting on the wall and Wes is respecting it, but he's going to play a lot closer to this corner.
Yeah, when Akno doesn't have a weapon, one more of those has to do it. The weapon toss just barely goes below Akno. He gets away from the gauntlet recovery as well. Here comes the bow. One desync that doesn't bounce will do it. The weapon toss goes out, and Wes, the delay, just the moment.
Throughout that down signature, but Wes had the spacing and came back in. We're going to a game 5 to see who's going to get into the top 3. Weapon advantage to Wes to start things off, but Akno immediately picks up some blasters.
That game was much more gauntlet favored from Wesley, but only about 100 damage difference, so not a lot between the two. Still definitely, he spent more time on those gauntlets. The weapon toss goes high, trying to keep Acno weapon star for as long as he possibly can. You shut down a lot of Acno's game plan. Not necessarily everything he could do, but at least the game plan that we've seen so far by keeping him weapon starved. Turning around that signature, he does that so often, either back into the wall or back onto the main stage.
He is getting some good hits in onto Acno. Going 2 for 1, but Acno now has that weapon advantage, and he's able to swap back to his bow. West still playing a little aggressive there, kind of a scary spot to be in.
Just hit the unarmed neutral air before picking up the boots. Does get punished there right on the corner as he goes in for the end light. There's the GCD light into the ground pound from Acno. Didn't need a weapon to do that one, just on the unarmed kit. Has a tiny lead as he swaps back over to the bow. Starting this stock off of West with a recovery.
Ooh, trying to catch him with that signature. Wes has not been very accurate with his signatures this set. Okay, side light coming out from Acno. Wes needs that recovery, gonna delay, and he will get it. Keeps us close.
Yeah, West really hasn't been able to rely on that on those signatures for any sort of KO like he was previously in some of his other sets that he played today and throughout this weekend.
I mean, it is a decent part of his toolkit is use those signatures. It sets up into a lot of the strings and the pressure that he wants to do. Acno's got SIGs of his own, hits him with a neutral signature, and Wes is gonna fall. This is a huge lead for Acno.
This is looking really scary for Wes. A full stock lead up on Acno in this game 5. Excuse me, a full stock up on Wesley in this game 5 situation. Wes has been around this game for a long time. He's been in a lot of high pressure situations. Same thing can be said for Acno.
Acno has so many advantages now. He's got the weapon, he's got the stage, he's got the stocks. He can really slow this one down and make Wes work for this finish. Right now, Acno with that bow, he's got the threat. You see him go to the corner, and Wes gonna back away.
Yeah, Wes giving him plenty of space here. They're both going to back up. If there's that much space between the two, like Acno can't really stress the range difference that these weapons have. They both start to move towards the middle before everything converges. Was that a desync the wrong way? Was that a misinput, or was that a decision that Acno made in that moment, hoping for the cross-up?
Yeah, I think he expected Wes to come past. Most people want to send you out away from the center stage, so Acno attack towards it, but he's still getting damage built up onto Wes on his final stock here. Neutral light. Wes is going to need some big plays here if he wants to take this away.
Acno's only about halfway through second stock. Meanwhile, Wes, he's in the red on final. The down air converging with the stage, not getting over that corner. Wes hoping for the juggle. He just hits the neutral air, but not the KO move that he wants.
Doesn't hit the side air. Acno still with the bow. Ground pound right on the head. One stock each. Can Wes pull out a miracle?
What weapon does he choose to stick with? It's going to be the gauntlets. Neutral air to GC Inlight, hoping to send over. You saw him go down off stage. There's the Inlight on the main stage.
It's
does he finally do it? No way!
Mentira, velho. Mentira que pegou. Mano, essa SIG é muito quebrada, velho. Mano. Se inscreve, mano. Valeu a inscrição esse set, é nóis.